Maria Muñoz's final journal hid a secret that would shatter everything. They said she died from an overdose, but the truth lies in 7 drugs, a barely visible injection, and a husband's silence that speaks volumes. Behind closed doors, a deadly story unfolded. One, her final words were desperate to reveal what really happened that night. Maria Muñoz, a woman from Puerto Rico, full of life, love, and quiet resilience. At just 31 years old, she had settled in Laredo, Texas with her husband Joel Pellet and their 2 young children. A former nurse, Maria had pressed pause on her career to dedicate herself fully to her family. To neighbors and friends, they seemed like the perfect couple. But what no one saw was the fear Maria lived with behind closed doors, the pain she masked with a smile. In the stillness of the night, Maria turned to her journal. What started as personal reflections soon unraveled into a chilling chronicle. Page after page, a silent scream for help. And no one was listening until it was too late.
Laredo 911, what's the address of emergency?
I told my wife on her down, please. She's not breathing. She may have taken some pills.
It was just past midnight when a frantic call came into 911. Joel Pellet's voice was shaking as he claimed his wife Maria wasn't breathing. First responders rushed to the scene. EMTs found Maria unresponsive on the bedroom floor. Joel was kneeling beside her, wearing teal surgical scrubs. He said she had overdosed on clonazepam, a powerful sedative. But there were no pills nearby. One EMT noticed something strange. The pill bottle wasn't in the room. Joel later pulled it from his pocket, but only after being asked multiple times. The label was worn. It had come from a completely different part of the house. Why lie? Why hide the medication? If you were that paramedic, staring at this chaotic, off-kilter scene, what would you be thinking? As investigators swept the crime scene, they noticed something chilling tucked away in a corner. A medical bag, inconspicuous at first glance. Inside, a used IV bag, a syringe, and traces of clear fluid. To the untrained eye, it might have seemed harmless, but for detectives, it raised a massive red flag. Why was surgical equipment in a suburban home? Only one person under that roof had the credentials to possess such tools: Dr. Joel Pellet, a respected nurse anesthetist with access to powerful hospital-grade drugs. And then, something else, something small, almost overlooked. The investigators found, on Maria's right arm, a tiny mark, just one little dot, barely visible, but unmistakable to trained eyes, an injection site, and it changed everything. The night Maria Muñoz died, Joel Pellet voluntarily went to the police station for questioning. What investigators encountered was odd. Joel was visibly nervous, but not in a grieving, broken way, in a calculated, deflective way. He struggled to remember even the most minor details of the night. Simple questions were met with vague, inconsistent answers. Joel told police he had stepped away to take a shower, and in that short window, Maria supposedly took pills and overdosed. But when detectives checked the bathroom, it was bone dry. Not a drop of water, not a damp towel, not even steam residue on the mirror. It looked like no one had used it at all. Then came the most critical question. Did you inject your wife with anything that night? Joel didn't flinch. No, he said. Absolutely not. But investigators weren't buying it. His body language was guarded, his memory conveniently patchy. And the medical examiner had already made it clear. Maria didn't swallow those drugs. She was injected. Joel's story wasn't just falling apart. It was pointing directly toward deception. Maria Muñoz didn't die from a simple overdose. She died from a cocktail of 7 powerful drugs: morphine, ketamine, Demerol, Versed, lidocaine, Narcan, and Propofol, the same IV anesthetic that killed Michael Jackson. And that's the detail that changed everything. Propofol must be injected. Maria couldn't have done that herself. What once looked like an accidental overdose now pointed to a calculated, premeditated act. Authorities suspected someone else close to Joel knew more: his girlfriend, Janet Arredondo. She had already been interviewed the morning Maria died, but detectives believed she was holding back. They issued a search warrant and offered her immunity in exchange for the truth. On January 16, 2021, Joel was arrested. 10 days later, Janet came back for a second interview, and this time, she talked. She told investigators Joel admitted to injecting Maria to calm her down and confessed to hiding medical equipment before EMTs arrived. It was the breakthrough that shattered his story and revealed the terrifying truth. Was this a desperate act, or the final move of a man desperate to stay in control? Police uncovered a chilling discovery inside Maria's bedroom closet: dozens of handwritten journals, each page soaked in pain, fear, and the desperate hope of a woman trapped in a toxic marriage. Maria had found undeniable proof of Joel's affair: airline tickets booked for two with someone who wasn't her. On September 19, 2020, Maria drove to the woman's house and saw it for herself: Joel's car in the driveway. Maria gave Joel an ultimatum: you choose her or you choose me. They argued inside her car, voices rising, years of betrayal and heartbreak spilling into a single moment. Joel got so frustrated, he punched the windshield and shattered it. It was a moment of violence, raw, impulsive, and terrifying, that marked a turning point in their unraveling relationship. And it wouldn't be the last. Her final entry was dated the day before she died. It read simply, "Number 1, move forward." It wasn't just a note. It was a countdown, a plan to escape. So why did Joel schedule a heart-to-heart that very night? Because few days earlier, on September 20th, Maria texted Joel a message that spoke volumes. "I'm hiring a divorce lawyer. I can't do this anymore." Joel responded almost immediately, "We can do this with minimal lawyer intervention. It's too much money." It was a reply that downplayed the emotional weight of Maria's decision and perhaps revealed his desire to stay in control. Maria Muñoz had made up her mind. After weeks of tension, she was ready to confront Joel about their crumbling relationship. She confided in a close friend via text, "I just ask if you can pray for me. Tonight, we are going to talk." That message would be her last. The next morning, Maria was found dead. Her dreams, her fears, her voice, gone. Was this a tragic accident during a heated argument? Or was Maria silenced just as she tried to reclaim her life? This moment marks the final turning point in Maria Muñoz's life. The night she decided to stand up for herself and never got the chance. In March 2023, Joel Pello stood trial for the murder of Maria Muñoz. After years of investigation, the prosecution's most powerful evidence came straight from Maria herself, her handwritten journals. Page after page revealed years of fear, control, and abuse. Her voice, preserved in ink, became undeniable testimony. Joel's defense tried to discredit the journals, but they couldn't erase her truth. On March 30th, the jury found him guilty of murder and tampering with evidence. In 2025, his appeal was denied. Joel will spend life in prison, while Maria's voice continues to echo, clear, courageous, and finally heard. What would have happened if no one read those journals? How many more women are silently documenting the fear they live in, hoping someone reads it in time? Tonight, we remember Maria Muñoz. Her voice didn't fade. It echoed louder than ever. If this story moved you, share it. Someone out there might need it. Comment your thoughts. And if you believe Maria Muñoz deserves to be remembered, subscribe for more stories that matter. Justice isn't always loud. Sometimes it's handwritten.